Hi, it's Clemmy from the NARM Clinic, and this week I'm talking all things bloating. So you know that horrible, uncomfortable, distended feeling that you get? I want to talk to you about what might cause that and also give you some simple first-line practical tips to see if you can try and help sort your bloating at home yourself. So occasional bloating, so bloating sometimes after meals, is actually pretty normal, and particularly after big meals or after eating a meal containing lots of fibre. So that's okay if that happens to you. But if you experience lots of bloating constantly, or bloating that comes and goes really regularly during the day, then you're not alone. Bloating is actually a really common problem for those of us living with Crohn's, colitis, and also IBS. Now, there's lots of different reasons why we might experience bloating, and the cause or multiple causes will be different for each one of us. Now, one thing that's really important to remember here is that it can be just as much about our lifestyle and how we're eating, as well as what we're eating. So we're often really quick to jump to conclusions about particular specific food or food groups causing bloating, but it's really important that we look at other factors that might be contributing or causing bloating before we remove any food groups. So it's important to look at those first line things first. Now, unfortunately, there is no magic superfood or supplement that will fix it, but there are some really easy initial things that you can do to try and help. And I'm going to run through those now. So how can we help prevent bloating from happening in the first place? So number one is focusing on chewing. So aiming to chew each mouthful 20 times may help. Number two is de-stressing around meals and removing distractions. So try to eat when you're relaxed and calm rather than when you're stressed, and take a few really deep breaths before your meals and remove any distractions. So don't sit at your laptop or computer and don't look at your phone, and just focus fully on your meal, and that'll help you focus on that chewing as well. Number three is smaller, more regular meals. So it may be that just the volume of food that you're consuming at each sitting is too much. So try splitting your meals into smaller portions and eating more regularly during the day, as that may help. Number four is check in on your caffeine and your fizzy drink intake, and try reducing these if you're having lots of them, as these are really common triggers for some people. Number five is move regularly. So regular movement and exercise can really help improve the movement of food through our digestive system. So even just short walks or getting up regularly from our desks may actually help. So number six is try reducing tight clothing. So really tight or restrictive clothing around our tummy may actually restrict our blood flow and movement of our digestive tract. And also those of us with tummy issues may actually be more sensitive in that area anyway. So try having more loose fitting clothing, and that might help. And finally, number seven is have a look at your fruit portions and space your fruit intake out during the day, rather than having big portions of lots of different fruit all at the same time. So stick to just one type at each sitting and no more than 80 grams. And you can have up to 3 portions of fruit, but spread them out during the day. Now, when bloating does strike, I know it can be really uncomfortable, but there's a few things that might help to relieve that when you do get it. One of those is movement, again, so gentle movement, stretching, and also gentle abdominal massage from right to left may actually help release trapped wind and reduce that bloating. So if you feel very bloated after a meal, perhaps take a short walk around the block, just in order to help get things moving and get food and gas moving round, even though I know it's really tempting to sit on the sofa and cradle your bloated tummy. Now, number two, on the when bloating strikes, is perhaps trying a hot water bottle. So if you're experiencing lots of pain and bloating, then applying a hot water bottle to our tummy may actually help to just relieve some of that discomfort when the bloating strikes. And number three is peppermint. So we know from the research that peppermint oil can help with IBS. But peppermint tea is something that's we can all buy from the supermarket, and it might be helpful in helping to reduce that bloating. I've heard some clients say that, and I found it to be helpful myself as well. So perhaps try brewing up a cuppa when you're feeling a bit bloated and see if that helps you. Now, if none of those things work, or you've tried all of them, then there may be other triggers and factors at play. And this is when I'd really encourage you to see a nutritionist who can help to guide you as what further avenues to explore, and looking at maybe whether there's some foods that aren't working for you, and just to help you get to the root cause of your bloating so that you can move forward and you can feel better. Anyway, I hope that helps, and we'll speak soon.